Well, controversy inside Oregon City Council. We reported that a new city council member was appointed at Monday's meeting, a decision made by some members of council, while others say they were left in the dark. Michael Sandlin has been looking into this today. Michael, what are some of the current concerns you heard today?
Well, Kaylee, a council seat was left open when former member Steve Salander was elected mayor. So on Monday, 4 council members proposed for someone to fill the seat, but the way they did so has led to some members of council and some concerned citizens calling it a potential violation of state law. It's the final minutes of Oregon City Council meeting on December 8th. And member Steve Horniak has brought up a charter rule Oregon voters passed in 2022. Speaking to WTOL 11 on Wednesday, Councilmember Paul Drake says up to that point, there had been no discussion about a new member. In fact, no one was even seriously considered.
To my knowledge, nobody knew what was going on, and then all of a sudden Monday night, they sprung it on that they had somebody.
I would like to make a motion to appoint Dave Andros of Corduroy Row in Oregon to the unexpired vacant seat.
This news surprised Drake.
I've never met him.
And Councilwoman Beth Ackerman, who had never even heard of Andros before that second.
There's no discussion. This is the first I've heard this name.
But the rest of council had.
Yeah, I was aware.
Okay, Mr. Wallentek, you were aware ahead of this meeting? So, Mr. Reeves, were you aware?
Yes, I was.
That's 4 of you that had discussions or interactions about an individual that you wanted to put forth. Is that a sunshine violation?
Ackerman accused her fellow council members of breaking Ohio's sunshine laws, an act that requires open discussion from public officials, not closed-door deal-making.
You can't talk about issues that are city-related or possibly items coming up to be voted on.
But the 4 members pushed back on the accusation, saying they all spoke individually over the phone, not as a group.
Ms. Ackerman, they would have to meet to violate the sunshine laws.
They went back and forth for a matter of minutes, and eventually Mayor Salander even asked for the conversation to be tabled, but the request was denied. And instead, Horniak called for a vote, and the 4 approved Andros on the spot. This not only shocked Ackerman and Drake, it shocked members of the audience.
That is correct.
Members like Laura and Jim Davis, who say after Monday night's proceedings, they have since filed complaints with the Ohio Attorney General's office, the Ohio Auditor's office, and have filed a petition to get the council members who voted in Andros removed.
We're just trying to look out for the community. We're like the voices of the community.
Now, I reached out to the other 4 members of council to get their side of the story. So far, I've yet to hear back. Now, according to Ohio's Open Meetings Act, any member of a public body who violates an injunction imposed for a violation of the Open Meetings Act may be subject to removal from office. In studio, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.